Hello again, everyone. Hope you're keeping well. I'm here on the Halt, which is the final level of the Ancient Gods Part 1. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is giving you a tip to help you defeat the Blood Makyr if you're having problems dealing with that enemy. So as you probably know, the Blood Makyr has a window of opportunity in which to cause it damage. Ideally, what you want to do is give it a headshot in that split second in which it's doing its attack. So it opens itself up, and you're able to the armor goes down, and you're able to aim through its head and destroy it. So either in this case a shot from the precision bolt or a shot from the ballista will destroy it in one go. What I wanted to mention, I guess, was for maybe newcomers to the game who might be struggling with the Blood Makyr, or for even players who are pretty comfortable with different battle scenarios, but maybe in a very packed arena they find that they're having issues with the Blood Makyr and they keep on dying to it. So the key really is to not be afraid to experiment with runes. So I think as players, I'm definitely guilty of it. I find the runes that I like and I kind of stick to them throughout the whole game, regardless of what scenario I'm in. But I think there comes a point in which, if we're struggling in a certain section, we shouldn't be afraid to revisit some of those runes and see what we can add into there that can maybe make our lives a little bit easier for that particular arena or particular encounter. So you can swap them obviously as much as you want. So in theory, you should be looking at adapting it to whatever environment you're in. So what I wanted to focus on today to help you with the Blood Makyr was to equip the Chronostrike rune. So I'm going to take my equipment one out and I'm going to put Chronostrike in. So as it says there, you've got to hold L2 in midair to slow down time. So this will allow you a good amount of time to aim for the head and be able to dispatch the Blood Makyr. Obviously remember, the key thing there is you have to be in midair. So what I would recommend you do is that whenever you're aiming for the Blood Makyr, say if it's there in front of you and the armor goes down, what I want you to do is to jump where you are, so just jump upwards and then hold down R2 and it'll slow down time, and then you can get your shot off and hopefully get rid of it. The good news as well is that recently-ish the Blood Makyr's vulnerability window has actually been extended slightly to what it was originally. So when the DLC first released, the window was a bit shorter, but now they've actually made it a bit longer, so the Blood Makyr actually hangs in the air for a bit more time, being vulnerable, so you're able to again get the shot off, hopefully. Hugo Martin, creative director of Doom Eternal, also recently confirmed that they're looking at actually reducing the damage that the Blood Makyr does. So the damage it actually does, to you at the moment, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's pretty huge. I'm kind of on the fence on that, really. I quite like the fact that it does huge amounts of damage, because it's what it's trying to do. I guess I see it always, some of these changes, as id or Doom Eternal trying to teach you things, and what it's trying to teach you is try and get really accurate with headshots. That's what it's teaching you. If you don't get accurate with headshots, like first time or maybe a very quick second time, you will get a huge amount of damage and you're going to slow down, because that's what the Blood Makyr does to you. So anyway, you might see at some point a reduction in the damage it does. It'll still be a good amount of damage, but it might go down to what it's currently. But okay, I'm going to try and demonstrate this technique using the Chronostrike with the two Blood Makyrs that appear in this arena. So as always, I'll just talk through things as I go, and as always, again, this is PS4 Nightmare. I love this little ledge. When I first came to the level, I was like, oh, brilliant, okay, where... Oh, what's happened? And then, bam. Okay, so we're going to use Chronostrike to get ourselves up in the air. So you see time slowed down nicely. I was able to aim for the head. So then we'll have the second Blood Makyr. Oh, it just came off its vulnerability state. Sorry. So let's have a look here. So plenty of time. I remember previously, I'm pretty sure if I had waited that long, even with Chrono Strike, it would have actually got some of its attacks off. So it's giving you plenty of time to be able to really aim and hit that small window of opportunity. What I definitely would suggest is, regardless, is to actually look at trying to get better at aiming for headshots without the need for the Chrono Strike. So as I mentioned before in a previous video, is kind of tapping L2 and R2 in succession very quickly to give you that kind of shot. So what I would urge you is to practice that anyway, because it's a really useful skill to have. But as I mentioned at the very start, for people maybe first coming to the DLCs, they may be struggling a bit with the Blood Makyrs. This is a great way, and Chrono Strike gives you a great chance to aim for those enemies' heads. Also for the Maker drones, as you saw there, you know, they provide a huge amount of resources if you headshot them. So they're really worthwhile, again, not necessarily avoiding in an arena, but always try and make time for them as well, because you wouldn't believe how much they actually give out. So again, this can help you enormously with that. And obviously, as I said at the start as well, for even maybe intermediate, maybe even experienced players, you know, if you keep on dying in an arena and you're finding that a Blood Makyr, as they always are, they're there to consume your attention and to divert your eyes away from the rest of the battlefield. And if you're finding that you're just dying to them way too much, especially, for example, I'm thinking of the Halt boss fight, where you're trying to take life away from the main boss, but then you have a Blood Makyr hovering up around the sides trying to get you as well. So sometimes it's useful having this rune equipped, even for experienced players, because then you're able to just concentrate, destroy the Blood Makyr, and then carry on trying to reduce the health of the boss. So thanks again, guys. Hope you found this video useful, and I'll catch you all very soon.